Good morning. Breaking news. Hurricane Gustav, a Category 3 storm packing 115-mile-per-hour winds lashing the Louisiana coast this morning. And 3 years after Katrina, all eyes are on New Orleans. Will the levees hold this time? We're live across the Gulf Coast as Gustav roars ashore today, Monday, September 1st, 2008.
From NBC News, this is a special edition of Today, Hurricane Gustav, with Matt Lauer and Meredith Vieira, live from Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
And good morning. Welcome to Today on a Monday morning, Labor Day. I'm Matt Lauer.
And I'm Meredith Vieira. Hurricane Gustav already making its presence felt along the Louisiana Gulf Coast with hurricane-force wind gusts. The eye of the storm expected to make landfall in just a couple of hours.
And this is a powerful storm. At least 94 people were killed as it moved across the Caribbean. Overnight, one offshore buoy recorded wave heights of 38 feet. Ann Curry, Al Roker, Lester Holt, a host of NBC News correspondents are scattered throughout the region. We're going to get to them in just a couple of minutes. But first, here's the very latest. As we've mentioned, Gustav is carrying 115-mile-per-hour winds, making it a Category 3 storm. That's what Katrina was when it came ashore 3 years ago. Nearly 2 million people along the Gulf Coast have been told to get out, and most of them listened. One bit of good news, at least for New Orleans. If it keeps on its current track, it will hit around 50, maybe 60 miles to the west of that city in a sparsely populated area. But New Orleans isn't out of the woods by a long shot. The storm surge there could be up to 8 feet high.
And the storm has thrown a major wrench into what would have been our top story this morning, the Republican National Convention. All political speeches today canceled. President Bush and Vice President Cheney have scrapped their plans to attend. The president is actually flying to Texas today to monitor the situation, hoping to avoid the disaster that followed Katrina 3 years ago.
Now, as we said, we're going to have live reports throughout the morning. We want to start, though, with Al Roker, who is in New Orleans. Al, good morning to you.
Good morning, Matt and Meredith. We are on Canal Street, a deserted Canal Street. We've had wind gusts of about 80 miles per hour so far. Our satellite truck has been rocking back and forth. Right now, the latest on Katrina. It is currently about 100 miles south-southeast of New Orleans, about 195 miles southeast of Lafayette. It's about 40 miles offshore, and currently its winds, as you said, 115 miles per hour. That's a weak Category 3, but still a Category 3 nonetheless. And right now it is moving northwest at about 16 miles per hour. So that's a very, very quick clip. At that rate, it will make landfall sometime. The winds are starting to gust up now. The rain is moving sideways. We've got hurricane warnings now up from High Island, Texas, to the Mississippi-Alabama border. And the projected path of the storm, as you can see, as Matt mentioned, it is going to be to the south and west of New Orleans. That's good news for this city. However, there is a storm surge to be worried about. The storm surge generally is going to be about 9 to 13 feet north and east of the landfall of Gustav. However, New Orleans about 6 to 9 feet, and that's generally what these levees can handle. However, we have to add in the rainfall. The rainfall is going to be huge, anywhere from 10 to 12 inches of rain locally. Some areas could pick up 20 inches of rain out of this storm. So as it moves onshore, we're going to see this storm. The good news is there was some worries that it might become a Category 4. Well, it doesn't look like that. It looks like it will come onshore as a Category 3 storm. But we are starting to see these feeder bands coming in here at a very, very strong clip. The rain really strong. The winds are blowing, and it's just going to get worse here in New Orleans. But, of course, landfall not happening here.